Ms. Chair, we're alive.
Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The time now is 4:12 p.m. This is the regular meeting of the Baldwin Park Housing Commission. If you are able to, please stand for the flag salute. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Housing Secretary, could you please call roll?
It is July 3rd, 2025. I'll be calling roll call. Laura Franklin,
Present.
Jose Jesus Souza,
President.
Edward Gonzalez,
Present.
Maria Cisneros Gonzalez.
Present.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Time now, we will open the floor for public communications. Have received any comment cards?
No comments received.
Okay, thank you. And since there are none, I will go ahead and close the public comment section. Now we will move on to new business. The overview of the 5-year consolidated plan for fiscal year 2025 through 2029.
Good afternoon, Housing Commissioners. My name is Michelle Bravo. I'm the Housing Programs Coordinator. Thank you for joining us. Today, we will provide an overview of the completed 2025 through 2029 consolidated plan and the fiscal year 2025-26 annual action plan. The purpose of the plan. These documents fulfill federal requirements from HUD for jurisdictions receiving annual funding. They guide how Baldwin Park will invest in housing, infrastructure, public services, and economic development over the next 5 years and for the upcoming fiscal year. The planning process overview. We're required to hold 2 public hearings, which were already conducted, to gather direct community input. A citywide survey was also distributed to residents and stakeholders to identify needs and priorities in the community. We've also consulted with nonprofit service providers to understand social service gaps and opportunities. What the consolidated plan covers. Can you hear me clearly? Can? Okay. A strategic plan framework covers the 2025 through 2029, outlining the community development needs, the housing strategies for low-income and moderate-income residents, public services, and infrastructure goals. It incorporates feedback from the public and agency partners, and it combines the planning application detailed for key HUD programs such as the Community Development Block Grant, which is also known as CDBG, and the Home Investment Partnership Program, which we identify as HOME. The fiscal year 2025-2026 annual action plan. It specifies projects and funding allocations for the upcoming fiscal year. It reflects proposals received during the Notice of Funding Availability period, and it supports public service programs, capital improvements, and affordable housing projects. For fiscal year 25-26, the city is expected to receive approximately $800,000 in CDBG funds and $225,000 in home funds. These funds are directed towards activities that primarily benefit low and moderate income households. The key priorities. Based on community and stakeholder input, the following were identified as needs for the community: affordable housing preservation and development, improvements to public infrastructure and facilities, enhanced accessibility for individuals with disabilities, expansion of critical social services such as youth, senior, and homeless programs. And the last is the economic development and job creation strategies. I'd like to give you an example of how the proposed funding allocation will be broken down. We are still waiting for HUD's approval. Our plan was submitted to HUD last week. Typically, we receive approval of our plans in about August or September, depending on how HUD administration's timeline is moving along. The goal is to sustain and strengthen neighborhoods. We anticipate allocating $150,000 to housing code enforcement, community enhancement programs. Another $744,823 to be allocated to the renovation of McNeil Manor Public Housing. Public service agencies. The following were proposed and if approved, will be allocated accordingly. $7,000 to the local food bank here in Baldwin Park. $8,000 for the recreation subsidy program. $20,707 for the Baldwin Park Pride Platoon program, which is a youth service. $15,000 for the youth employment program. $25,218 for graffiti abatement program. For program goals, special needs, we propose $20,578 to the domestic violence advocacy program, $21,000 to the senior center program. For homeless prevention, we are proposing $10,000 to the East San Gabriel Valley Coalition for the Homeless. The program goal to preserve existing and create new affordable housing. We're proposing $3,150,000 for the tenant-based rental assistance program. This is a combination, so it does sound like a large amount, but it's a combination. It's joint the tenant-based rental assistance program with the anticipation of assisting 25 households with rental assistance. If you're not familiar with the tenant-based program, it's a temporary rental assistance program that will be specifically to Baldwin Park residents who meet the qualifications for a maximum of up to 2 years with that funding. The other program under the preservation of existing and creating new affordable housing would be the homeowner rehabilitation program with the ability to assist 15 households with home improvement loans or grants. For planning, the planning of housing and community development needs, we have $150,655 for administration of home and $170,000 for the administration of CDBG. We appreciate the contributions of our community and our residents in shaping these plans. The insight that the community provides are essential to ensuring Baldwin Park federal resources are targeted where they are much needed. Do you have any questions?
I do. I did want to ask about the homeowner rehab program. Will information be put out for Baldwin Park residents to apply? And is there a cap of an amount, or are there specific things that they need to have to present before they're approved for either the grant or the loan?
Good question. So this is bringing back a previous program. Unfortunately, during COVID, we had to stop all programs that required interaction. So it made it very difficult to run these programs. If we continue with what was existing, our maximum loan amount was $45,000. These are 30-year deferred loans at a 1% interest rate. Yes, there is, all of these programs are all based on income eligibility. Similar to any other type of funding application, you would have to show proof of income, assets, household composition, and they also have to, it's only applicable to Baldwin Park homeowners. There is a minimum requirement that they own a home, and forgive me if I don't know that off the top of my head. I want to say they have to be homeowners for the last 5 years. And that is, again, to avoid people flipping the property with federal funds.
Right. Thank you. Also, would you happen to know what the income cap is? Like if they just happen to make 500 grand, is that too much for them to qualify? Even
That
for
is
grant?
extremely
Grant.
high for the low income program. That is extremely high. However, although I don't have that off the top of my head, this is going based on the 80% or below of the median income established by HUD. Every year, HUD sets income limits around April or May, and those have come out already. So there would be an income requirement based on the number of persons in the household.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, one more question. Do you know if those with ADA concerns, do they get priority?
We don't have any priorities. Most of these programs don't come with priorities.
Okay.
It is just open on a first come, first served completed application basis, based on eligibility. Many times we get, then this is just from prior, program years, is a lot of code issues where they may not have the money to correct these items. Keep in mind that with federal funds, we have to ensure that with our program funds, that the home is free and clear of any code violations, building and safety issues. So unfortunately, if it exceeds our grant and loan amount, we are unable to assist because that means that we're not able to bring the home into compliance. But if the amount of work is less than the 45,000, and we're able to do that, it's a pretty neat program, and I'm glad that we're bringing that back.
Yeah, that's great. So many Baldwin Park residents could really use that right now. One more, I'm sorry, and you may have already said this, so please forgive me. When we expect the funds to be available, or will this roll out?
Although this plan was approved by the city council, we're still waiting for HUD's approval. As you all know, we are under a different administration and we're constantly on edge waiting to see if there's any changes to HUD's, programs. We anticipate, if we're moving along as normal, we anticipate receiving our contract in August or September. And then at that time, we'll actually feel comfortable enough to roll out the program so that we know the funding's committed to our agency.
Okay, nice. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Not for me. Okay, thank you for that report. We're now are there any other comments based on what Ms. Bravo gave us? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is the adjournment. Am I?
I believe we have to second and move and second
Okay, I was wondering.
each item. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So can I have a motion on the overview of the 5-year consolidated plan for fiscal year 2025 through 2029?
Second the motion.
A regular motion.
I second the regular motion.
We'll just make.
I'm sorry, I'm making a motion. I'll get it right the next
It's
time.
okay.
We'll go over it the next time. It's okay.
Can I get a second?
I second that motion.
Thank you. Oh, roll call, please.
Okay, so motion by Maria, second by Edward, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll have Laura Franklin,
Yes.
Jose Jesus Souza,
Yes.
Edward Gonzalez, and Maria
Yes.
Cisneros Gonzalez. Great.
Yes, thank you. And also can I get a motion to accept the overview of the first year of the annual action plan for fiscal year 2025, 2026?
Motion that.
Can I get a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
I agree.
Okay, motion by Edward, second by Jose, Laura Franklin,
Yes.
Jose Jesus Souza,
Yes.
Edward Gonzalez,
Yeah.
and Maria Cisneros Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Before we do move to adjournment, because the Housing Commission met before the tragedy that struck our city, I would like to offer our condolences to the Riveros family as well as the Wong family, just to let them know that they are in our thoughts and prayers, because we didn't get an opportunity to speak with them during the memorial. But so now I guess we're in adjournment. What's my next?
Do we motion to adjourn? Michelle?
I'd like a motion to adjourn the meeting at 4:26 PM.
Second.
I second the motion.
Second by Maria.
So moved. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.